Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. Today's no different. Today we're back to talk about Sutton Strack, Dorit Kemsley, and Crystal Kung Minkoff. There's a lot that they have to say about Erika Girardi moving forward. Crystal was saying she felt connected to some of the victims. Dorit was saying that the behavior that they're alleging for Tom Girardi is real criminal behavior. And Sutton Strack pretty much slammed Erika as irresponsible. Now, we're going to jump into all of that, but before we do, go ahead, if you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. Now, with that, roll the intro.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Okay, guys, so we saw last week's episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and it was very telling. Of course, we've talked about this. Sutton called a meeting that included everyone except for Erika because there were a few red flags going off, and she was like, what the hell is actually happening? Now, we know that they do The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show, so that's where the women really get to speak on what they saw in the scene and how they were feeling, and that's exactly what they did. They elaborated on all of this. This is what they said. Dorit Kemsley said it was like, what is this? What exactly is this and what is happening? Because there's not been any mention of this. This is real criminal behavior. Oof. She said when it came to the LA Times article, that was probably the most surprising and most difficult to digest. And this is kind of insinuating that this whole situation is far bigger than what we thought it was. Now, as for Crystal Kung Minkoff, she also spoke about this, and she said that she felt connected to the Lion Air, the Boeing plane crash victims. She was in this moment after hearing about it, she felt hurt. She felt connected. I don't want to put words in her mouth. This is what she said. I felt very connected to the victims because I have a lot of friends in Indonesia and Malaysia. And the Lion Air was off the heels of the Malaysian air crash. So I remember I was both times panicking and calling my friends and asking them, like, are you guys okay? And asking if they knew the people. She said that it was obviously a big deal for the country and it felt very personal. Now, as to why the LA Times article raised red flags for Sutton, she further explained more than she did with the host for Entertainment Tonight. She talked about it a little bit more on the after show, and Sutton said this. This is when I got the hairs raised up for me. It's a very dense article, and it's a lot of public records, and it includes Erika's name in the article, and it spans 20 years. Yeah. 20 years is a long time to get away with a lot of the stuff that Tom Girardi allegedly got away with. I started to question a lot of things immediately. We all have LLCs, and if $20 million is coming into your LLC, you are responsible to know where that money is coming from. Preach, Sutton. Now, for Erika, she's claimed to be, completely not in the know of any of this money being transferred to her. She didn't know that all of this was happening behind the scenes. This is where she stands with it. But of course, Sutton chimed in on that as well. And Sutton said, I don't like someone saying, I don't know where the money came from. She said it's irresponsible. And honestly, I think it makes women look bad. Now, Sutton wasn't the only one who was kind of in her mind about, should we distance ourselves from Erika? Should we not? As a part of the Housewives cast. Kyle Richards also at first wanted to really be there for her friend, and I believe she was, but she started to have these red flags too and wondered if Sutton was onto something. This is what Kyle Richards said. Sutton called me after we left La Quinta and on the ride home, and she was saying, I've read this article, I've analyzed the article, and this is a hot mess of a situation. And for us to even be in the group together, this could also be a situation. Sutton said, I'm nervous. She also added to that, I am scared and I'm going to call a meeting with the rest of the group without Erika. And Kyle, looking back, she recalled in this moment, I was thinking, what are you talking about? Maybe Sutton was being overly dramatic, but then I started thinking, maybe she's not. Honestly, when Sutton said that she's read the article over and over, Kyle was like, I haven't read the article. She actually has, so who knows? And thankfully, Sutton explained, because a lot of the fans were wondering, why is it any of your business? Why are you asking so many questions about Erika's legal drama? What does it pertain to you in any capacity? But she explained why she was asking all the questions and why she felt the way she did. Sutton explained that Sutton said, I read the article for a third time and then I sent it to my ex-husband and I was getting concerned because I thought it was really big. And to be honest, I was concerned for us as a group, as a whole. She did make it known, though, it wasn't accusatory, like Erika's a bad person. It was more selfish, like, I want to make sure I'm going to be okay in all of this. And I also want to make sure that the rest of the ladies are going to be okay as well. She ended that off with, because we're hearing what Erika's saying, but we're not in court. So by hearing that, is that okay that we've heard that? And she said that that was really the biggest point that she wanted to make. That makes sense. Now, looking back at all of this, I want to know what your biggest questions are and how do you feel about Sutton elaborating on this? I mean, I think she has a lot of great points, and I think slamming Erika as irresponsible, just saying that she kind of gives women a bad look by not knowing that money is being transferred into your LLC, especially when you think about it, $20 million. Yeah, that's a big deal. And I can kind of agree as to where Sutton's coming from. Also, how do you feel about Crystal Kung Minkoff saying that she felt connected to the Lion air crash victims? That's actually heartbreaking. And just knowing that she could have potentially knew people who had friends on that flight or had family, it's just, the whole thing is devastating. It really breaks your heart. And to think that someone could take money from these victims and then put it out there and buy jewelry with it, allegedly, or spend it on themselves selfishly, yeah, the whole thing is heartbreaking. And for Dorit to point out that this is real criminal behavior, well, all right. All right, guys, so I've asked you the questions to which I need all of the answers. So if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. I'm wishing you guys a happy Monday. I hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.